You've seen his face. He's the guy crashing into cars, falling off ladders, destroying backyard BBQs, and lurking in your blind spot. He's the personification of disaster, mayhem, from one of the longest running and most successful ad campaigns on television. His real name? Dean Winters. And behind the black suit, bandages, and cocky grin is a story that's more unbelievable than any commercial. It's a tale of rejection, failure, revival, pain, perseverance, and second chances. But before he became the chaotic voice of insurance warnings, Dean Winters was just another working actor struggling to be seen in a sea of lookalikes. In the early days, Dean Winters knew the pain of trying to stand out in an overcrowded casting room. He didn't come from a Hollywood dynasty. He wasn't some overnight discovery. He was just another guy pounding the pavement, reading lines, and hoping someone would notice. And sometimes, it went horribly wrong. In one infamous audition, he walked into a room where the director didn't even look up, just sat at the back, texting and eating a sandwich, as Winters performed his heart out. That moment summed up everything wrong with the industry for him, how little actors were respected. So Winters did something most actors wouldn't dare. He took his script and threw it at the director, hit him in the face. Then, without a word, he walked out. A career-killing move for most. But for Dean Winters, that attitude, raw, unfiltered, defiant, was actually what set him apart. Just 1 year after that meltdown, everything changed. In 1997, Winters landed the role of Ryan O'Reilly on HBO's Oz, a gritty, violent, groundbreaking prison drama that didn't just push boundaries, it blew them apart. O'Reilly wasn't a one-note villain. He was manipulative, charismatic, terrifying, yet strangely likable, and Winters played him perfectly. This wasn't a guest spot. It was 6 seasons of career-defining television. But even after that, Winters wasn't handed the keys to Hollywood. In fact, he found himself right back where he started, auditioning. He told Backstage, "If you would have asked me 26 years ago when I started if I'd still be auditioning, I'd be like, hell no. But of course I am." Oz didn't open all the doors. He still had to fight for the next one. By 2006, Winters had stacked up appearances on NYPD Blue, Sex and the City, Law and Order, SVU, CSI Miami, and more. He was respected as a dramatic actor, a serious face, so when he walked into an audition for 30 Rock, he instantly felt out of place. The room was full of well-known comedians, familiar faces, famous stand-ups, guys who owned late-night punchlines. Winters took one look around and thought, I don't belong here. He signed the audition sheet and left, literally walked out of the building, went to Central Park, and bought a beer. He was ready to call it a day, until his phone rang. It was his agent's assistant. They said if he didn't go back and at least read for the part, the agency would drop him. So Winters turned around, walked all the way back to Rockefeller Center. And on the walk, he started thinking about how to stand out. In that room full of funny guys, he made a bold choice. He played the role completely straight. No punchlines, no mugging. Just a guy who believed every ridiculous thing he said. That was exactly what they wanted. Winters landed the role of Dennis Duffy, Liz Lemon's chaotic, egotistical, toxic ex-boyfriend. A train wreck of a human being. And an instant fan favorite. He ended up appearing in 15 episodes across all 7 seasons. It was the start of something different. A chance to finally show his comedic side. But then, just as things were taking off. In June of 2009, everything stopped. Dean Winters woke up feeling sick. A high fever. He figured it would pass, but it didn't. He pushed through the symptoms, trying to tough it out. When things got worse, he finally went to his doctor's office. He never made it inside. Right outside the building, he collapsed. His body had gone septic. The infection had spread to his bloodstream, and every second mattered. On the way to the hospital, his heart stopped. Dean Winters was legally dead for 4.5 minutes. By some miracle, the doctors at Lenox Hill Hospital brought him back. But they didn't even tell him right away. He didn't find out he had died until months later. And by then, he was already fighting another battle. Recovery. 3 weeks in intensive care. Dozens of tests. Then, just when things seemed to improve, things got worse. A month into his recovery, Winters developed gangrene, a horrifying condition where the tissue in your body starts to die due to lack of blood flow. It started with his toes. In the year that followed, Winters underwent multiple surgeries. 2 toes amputated, half of a thumb removed, reconstruction on his right hand, skin grafts, multiple procedures just to stop the spread of infection. It got to a point where people in the industry literally thought he had died. He couldn't work, he couldn't walk, and he wasn't sure if he ever would again. But then, something shifted. A nurse took him to the children's burn unit. There, he saw kids with prosthetic limbs playing soccer, laughing, living. Winters said that moment changed everything. That's it. That's when I turned it all around. I decided to learn how to walk again. And he did. Dean Winters survived. He came back. But he didn't come back untouched. He's lived with neuropathy ever since, severe nerve damage that affects the hands and feet. He explained in interviews, "I haven't taken a step since 2009 without being in pain. I can't feel my hands or my feet. But if I step on a pebble, I go through the roof. It's chronic. It's daily. And it doesn't go away." But neither did he. He told Page 6, "You've got to take what's given to you, whether it's good or bad, and you have to make it great." Winters lost the lead role in ABC's Happy Town due to his health. He had already filmed the pilot. Promotional images were out. But the show moved on without him. Ironically, it was canceled just 6 episodes in. But even as the industry moved fast, some people never forgot him. Tina Fey brought him back to 30 Rock as soon as he was ready. Dennis Leary did the same for Rescue Me, making sure Winters returned for one final appearance. They even adjusted the scenes so he could film with casts, gloves, and bandages. His first day back, he was leaned against a wall, foot in a cast, fingers wrapped up. And he delivered. Hollywood started to notice again. Even the John Wick directors gave him a role. Not because of his audition, but because they were fans of Oz. Winters said, "When I walked in, they were like, 'You had the job before you said anything.'" When Allstate first approached Winters about starring in a commercial, he turned them down. He thought commercials were beneath him. He joked, "I became an actor, so I wouldn't have to wear a suit and sell insurance." But after everything he'd been through, they came back. And this time, he said yes. Allstate gave him the role of a lifetime. "They came to me when I was in the gutter," he said. "They breathed new life into me. They helped restore my confidence." As Mayhem, Dean Winters became more than a spokesman. He became a cultural icon. The campaign has lasted over a decade, and Winters still suits up regularly, including in a 2025 spot as an obnoxious baseball dad who smashes a windshield with a bat. Today, Dean Winters is still working. He appeared in the Peacock comedy Girls 5 Eva. He's played detectives, ex-boyfriends, and dangerous men. In 2025, he worked with Spike Lee in the neo-noir thriller Highest to Lowest. He doesn't take any of it for granted. He admits the years before his illness were full of negativity. He hated the business, felt cynical, burned out. But now, he appreciates everything. The people, the roles, even the auditions he used to dread. "I wasn't appreciating it for what it is," he said. "And now, I really do." He can't box anymore. Can't walk barefoot. Has to modify scenes to work around his pain. But he's still here, still acting, still causing mayhem. If Dean Winters' story inspired you, drop a like below and subscribe for more behind-the-scenes stories of actors you think you know. And if you want to go deeper, check out our other videos. Because sometimes, survival isn't just about making it through. It's about coming back louder, stronger, and with a smirk that says, "I told you so." And Dean Winters, he earned that smirk.